Hello everyone, my name is Heather and welcome to the channel Bookables and welcome to my first tag video of 2025. So I saw this tag, the beginning of the year book tag. I've done a New Year's book tag myself. I saw this one on Larry Reads and I love doing tag videos at least one a month. That's why I used to do like one a week, but now I'm like one a month is good and you're good. Question number one is how many books you're planning to read in 2025. I think for the past few years, I've always set my goal on Goodreads to 75. I think I haven't read 100 books in a long time, so I don't even touch that one. 75 is good for me, and that's what I'm sticking to, and that's what I'm hoping to read this year, so easy peasy. Question number two is a book you would like to reread this year. I really don't reread. I'm just not a rereader. I've come to terms with that. I think the only ones I could ever reread are Harry Potter. I like to listen to those occasionally, like every few years or so, listen to them. So that's one I could reread. But other than that, I don't think there's a lot of other I reread, honestly. I'm not a rereader. A priority read on your 2025 TBR. So I just did a video not too long ago of 25 books I want to read in 2025. I'm trying to make my TBR cart and kind of backlist books my priority this year. I would say my two main ones that I just really need to read this year are Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. The third one just came out. I don't even know how many books are going to be in this series, but I would like to read them back to back so that way I can retain the information. And The Women by Kristen Hanna. I've heard amazing things. I love Kristen Hanna. I've read 3 of her books. I haven't read them since because they're just so emotionally draining, but I'm never going to be emotionally ready for them. So these two, I would say, are my priority for 2025. Like, if I don't read them this year, yell at me. Author you won't be reading more books from this year. Easy. Hey, Alice Marshall. I have learned that she is just not an author for me. I have read one of her young adult books, loved it. It was like a really creepy thriller, and then she decided to get into the world of adult thrillers. I thought that was great. I read 2 of them so far, loathe both of them. So I'm like, this is just, it's not happening anymore. She has a brand new one out now, I believe. Not gonna give it the time of day. I'm glad that people like them. It's just not for me, and that's okay. So I'm not gonna bother with it, honestly. Also, Frida McFadden books. I've read 2 of her books, don't enjoy them, so I'll be leaving her behind in 2024 as well. Sorry for my voice. I'm getting over COVID and the flu. Fun times. Something new you want to read, new genres or tropes. I would say my new genres this year for me are memoirs. I do have occasionally read them in the past, but I'd say at the end of 2024 and then the beginning of this year, I've really amped up because I really enjoy listening to them. I've already listened to 2 so far this year, so I just really enjoy them. So I think that's a new genre that I'm going to read a lot from this year because I just enjoy them so much. As far as like tropes and stuff, I really don't have that many tropes. I'm pretty open to most tropes, most genres I'm open to. But there's just some I would really like to read, but I just don't have a good time with, like sci-fi. I love the idea of sci-fi. And then I read it, and I'm not kidding. I'm not trying to be like, please make me feel better. I feel so stupid when I read sci-fi because I'm just not a scientific person whatsoever. Like science and math, who is she? I don't know her because I really, really don't. So, you know, I'm just going to stick with memoirs and stay at like nonfiction. A popular book you want to read. I mean, All the Colors of the Dark. This was really talked about last year, and I really would like to read it this year. Whether I'll like it or not, I don't know. Whether I'll DNF it or not, I don't know. But I'm going to attempt it, and I'm going to let you know my thought process because it is very, very popular. And I'll let you know if I think it's worth it or not. Also, When the Moon Hatched, this one is like, I feel like I will DNF it. I'm just not quite sure, but we're going to try. Quicksilver 2. Those are some ones that are very, very popular, and I'm going to see if I think they're worth it or not. Of course, reading is subjective, much like anything. So if you have different opinions, it's totally understandable. Anticipated 2025 book release. Easy. Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I love anything that she writes. I am waiting on bated breath. I've already like requested this on NetGalley. Have I been accepted? No. Do I expect to? No. What will I dance if I do? Yes, but I probably won't be accepted. And that's okay. I will wait with bated breath for the art. I will wait with bated breath for when it comes out. I am very much anticipating that one, as well as Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. That one is Hey Mitch's story from Hunger Games. That just, I really want to go back into that world. Okay, no, I don't want to go back into the world. I want to read about it. Do I ever want to go in that world? No. A bookish goal for 2025, like I've already shared. 25 books I want to read in 2025. I want to make my TBR cart only one shelf. I know that sounds crazy, but I just look at it and I get overwhelmed. I want to be able just to choose from one shelf, and that's it. I need to stop buying. I need to start focusing on backlist books and not so much new releases. And that's a problem I have had for years. Some years I'm better at it than others. Most of the time I'm not better at it. This year I want to make it a priority. A book that's been on your TBR you probably won't ever read. I'm pretty good about that. Like, if I don't think I'm going to read it, I will unhaul it. I have no shame in my game. I have limited space, okay? There's a good chance this will never be read, and that is Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. I've read one of her books. I think they're okay. I just don't know if they're for me. They're quite long. This is one that I wouldn't be surprised if I DNF'd it. I hate to say that because I know there's a lot of Lauren Asher fans out there, and that's no shade to her whatsoever. A series you want to read this year. A series I want to continue, the freaking Fourth Wing series. We also have, oh, you know, I'm not even going to pull it out because it's behind me and I'm tired. I want to continue on with the Crescent City series. I have yet to read the second and third book in the series. I don't think there's a fourth one coming out this year. I hope not, because I need to catch up on it. This is one I wouldn't be surprised if I didn't read, though, because they're just so freaking thick, okay? Your Autobuy authors going into 2025. I've already talked about a lot of them. Taylor Dickens Reid, Emily Henry, Abby Jimenez. Who else is an Autobuy author for me now at this point? Sarah Adams is an Autobuy author for me. Frederick Bachman has a new one coming out this year. Autobuy. Who else? Ashley Poston is an Autobuy author, even though I didn't enjoy her book last year. I know. Lisa Jewell is kind of becoming an Autobuy author for me. Riley Sager's one. Grady Hendrix is one. So those are just a few Autobuy authors for me. A book to show adaptation you're excited about this year. Honestly, I am not sure. I don't keep up to date with those because it's just so many. It's either book to show or book to movie. I'm not 100% sure. If there's a season 3 of, like, To All the Boys I've Loved Before, obviously It's All the Boys I Loved Before. No, that's not it. The Summer I Turned Pretty. It's Not Summer Without You. We'll Always Have Summer. Is that what the third one's called? I have read it. That would be a great one to come out later this year, which I think it might. So that might be one. I can't think of another show or movie. I'll put it up here if I can think of one, but I don't keep up with that. I know. A sequel you're anticipating. I don't read a lot of sequels. I don't know. A sequel. I really don't know for this one. I'm gonna have to skip this one because I just don't know of a sequel. Bookish things you're leaving in 2024. Stressing so much about new releases. I really would like to read that in 2024. And that's nothing to do with anybody watching. This is 100% a me problem. I worry too much about new books. And I'm like, people are watching. They want to know about new books, not books I've read in the past. But that's not true. You just want to hear about books in general. We have a visitor. So that is one thing I'm going to leave in 2024. Another thing is putting so much pressure on myself. Last year was a really hard year for me personally, with family stuff, with sicknesses, all that many things. So I think I put too much pressure, and I tried to get my reading up. But this year I'm going to try to keep it just low pressure and just to read what I enjoy, quite frankly, and to maybe try different genres and stuff like that. Let's see. Yeah, I think there's only 2 things. I don't have too many things that I'm like not a big fan of. What to expect from this account? Kind of the same thing. I know I'm not like new and innovative. I know I'm not new and innovative. Is that the right word? But to be fair, I have children. And not only that, I have a special needs child and a toddler. So I have kids with me all the time, all day long. I rarely get a chance to be alone. Like, there's rare times for that. So in reality, I would love to do more with this channel. I would love to pump out content like nobody's business. I have all these amazing ideas and things I want to do, but I don't have the time or energy to do them. And that's not to be like, oh, well, with me. It's just, in reality, I don't. And I'm not going to have time until my youngest one maybe goes to school next year. So maybe, you know, when I do have a free chance to like be by myself for a couple hours a day, I don't know what to do with myself. It'll be like over 10 years since I've been by myself for like more than an hour. Maybe then I can kind of do the content I want to do. One day I want to do a Patreon and do like exclusive reads and exclusive videos. I want to do like really beautifully filmed vlogs and things like that because I have the capability of doing that. I have a great camera. I love doing that, but I just can't in my life circumstances right now. You get what I'm saying? So the thing for this year, it's going to be the same old thing. And I know that sounds boring, but I think that's pretty good. I think what I do with the kind of life I have is still really good. This is an outlet for me. It's something to do other than just be a mom, because otherwise I kind of get lost in that identity. Always momming. So yeah, the same thing this year. I would say in 2026, probably look out for like some new, innovative, like different things. I would love to do that, but just with my life's circumstances right now, I can't do that. And that's okay with me. I'm okay with it. If you're just looking for this year, like a chill, like at home, read when you can, whatever, welcome to the club, welcome to this channel. One thing I am going to incorporate more into this channel is more of just everyday life other than reading, because I do have other things I like doing other than reading. I know, shocker. One thing is just, oh gosh, I'm 36 and I have fully embraced the kind of, I feel like I've skipped the midlife crisis and went right into old granny hobbies, and I'm okay with that. A lot of my friends are in the same boat, so we all talk about it. I am into bird watching. I love watching birds. I have binoculars. I have like, I'm not kidding, like 4 bird feeders. I fill them up every day. My daughter helps me. It's like a thing we do. I have a bird bath. I like it. It brings me joy. It brings me joy to sit out there in the sun, even in the wintertime. It's good to get your vitamin D, to watch the birds and just enjoy nature. And that's something that I have really come to love over these past couple years, just being in nature, enjoying the simplicity of life. So I might share more of that. I got into flower gardening last year because I really wanted to try it. Fell in love with it. So I'm going to show more of that. And this year, my big goal is to start a vegetable garden, to grow my own things. My goal for this year is to make things from scratch just because I want to know that I can, because you never know what's going to happen in the world. You really, really don't. I want to be able to be like, oh, I can't get bread. No problem. I'll make it. Oh man, the store's out of like pickles or cucumbers. I can grow them things. You know what I'm saying? I can make my own salsa. I can make my own marinara, all that kind of stuff. I want to be able to do that because I do like the idea of homesteading. Not insanely a lot, because that's not me, but I like the idea of it and I want to incorporate that. So I'd say on this channel, look for more of just kind of the simplistic everyday life stuff, because I am in that life. I'm a creature of habit. I like doing new things, but I also just like the quietness of going outside, listening to birds, planting flowers, planting vegetables this year, and I just enjoy that. And it's just, I don't think a lot of people realize how much you truly need that. Like when I'm having a bad day, if it's a nice day outside, I will go outside and sit, and it will make me feel so much better to be in nature. And I don't know if that sounds like frou-frou or whatever. I don't know. I enjoy it, and so expect maybe more of that this year. That was a long, long tangent, and I'm very, very sorry. Moving on. I'm 36, going on 80 here, folks. How has your reading taste evolved from last year? I think I'm maybe less into romance this year. I don't know. It's only January. I can't say, but I want to try delving into different genres that I've read and loved before. I think I stick mainly to romance and thrillers, and this year I want to be like romance, thrillers, memoirs, cozy fantasy, that kind of stuff. You know. Booktube creators who inspire you. I have a lot. Darling Desi. I love Desi so very much. She does these beautiful videos that I love and adore. Beautiful videos that are just so, like aesthetically pleasing. I love her so much. I also love my friend Liv from Liv's Library. She does beautiful videos as well. Riley from Riley Marie. I love her reset vlog, so it's great. And I just love how she's tackling her TBR. Who else do we have? We have so many. I have to pull up my YouTube account because Larry Reads is another great one. I love her energy. She's got such great energy. I enjoy it so very much. Gabby Reads, love her thriller recommendations. If I ever need a thriller recommendation, I go to her channel. She's amazing at that. Oh, This Story Ain't Over is another great channel I really enjoy. Peace Love Books. Jess is amazing. She reads so much and so much romance. If you want a good romance one, Channel, that's a great one. Also, Chandler from Chandler Ansley. I love her sarcastic wittiness. She will tell you bluntly whether she likes a book or not, and I appreciate that so very much. Also, Gwendolyn is a friend of mine. I enjoy hers as well. She's just very down to earth and is honest and is so very kind. I could go on and on and on. There's so many Bookish creators, and I'm not even scratching the surface, honestly. Also, Jacqueline from Jacqueline Wheeler. I love her too. She's one of my friends. I love hers. Yeah, I could just go on and on and on, but I'll just leave them down below. I'll try to leave even more. There's just so many amazing creators out there that I adore watching. Something you want to say to anyone starting a Bookish account, just do it. Do it. Have fun. I remember the reason I started this account many, many moons ago is because I didn't have anybody in my personal life to talk to about reading. It was kind of not a big thing as it is now, which I'm so grateful that reading is now a huge thing. Like Book Talk has really made it explode. Bookstagram has made it explode. But back when I was reading, I hate to say it, my friends thought it was like really dorky and really geeky that I was reading a lot, and I'm sure they still do, but a lot of my friends read a lot now. I'll be like, oh, I'm reading this book, and they're like, oh, I've read that, and I'm like, what? Like, you know, reading is like, dare I say, almost acceptable nowadays, but back in my day, it really wasn't. So go for it. Have an outlet. Talk. If you just want to talk about books, talk about them. Do a book talk page. Do a Bookstagram page. Do whatever you feel like. A booktube. I will be here doing booktube till it dies, okay? I enjoy it. So just bite the bullet and do it. I don't think anything bad's going to come from it. You're just going to have a good time. I enjoy it. So yeah, that was the beginning of the year book tag. I hope you guys enjoyed and you got to see a little bit what my plans are for this year, and let's hope that I stick to all of those. I'm sure you'll hold me accountable. I need to hold myself accountable. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video, and happy 2025, and let's crush all of those goals.